Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. This is Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and today we're going to be talking about Dungeon Fighter Online. It's a little bit different than the videos that I typically make. Don't worry, the other videos aren't going away. Mortal Kombat's not going away. But I just wanted to talk about this because if you're anything like me, you get really excited and really hyped anytime a new fighting game is announced. And DNF Duel was announced a few weeks ago, and I kind of thought that it looked really awesome, but I didn't really know anything about the IP that it was based on, and so I decided to do a little research and try it out for myself. And so this is just kind of a quick first impressions guide as someone who's coming in fresh in 2021. This game has been around for forever, as far as I know, so anyway, stick around for just a minute, like and subscribe, etc., blah, blah, blah. Alright, so the thing about DFO is that it's really overwhelming at first, but once you really get in and you start playing, it's not too bad. It plays like a side-scrolling beat-em-up, like old Final Fight or something like that, and you go through these dungeons and you beat up mobs and you get experience and loot and all this kind of stuff, and that's what the gameplay loop is. You go in and you fight and you use skills. A really cool thing about this game is that you can actually manually input these skills. So there's a little attack called a nin shot, for instance, that a fighter can use, and it's like a little Hadouken. You can either use the hotkey to use it, or you can just do a quarter circle forward motion and hit the skill button and they'll do it. It's really, really cool. It makes it really fun and interesting to play the game, and the gameplay loop is just so fun. So for a free-to-play game, what do? You get a certain amount of fatigue points every day. And the cool thing about these fatigue points is they actually are instanced to a character. So if a character runs out, the character that you've made runs out of fatigue points, and as a result you can't play with that character anymore that day for free, then you can just switch to another character and start playing them. And there are like these scenarios and quests, and you go through these dungeons. Each room in a dungeon takes a fatigue point away. You won't get kicked out in the middle of a dungeon though. If you hit 0, it'll actually let you finish the dungeon, even if you only had, say, 1 fatigue point when you went in. But you go in and you fight bosses and you fight monsters and you use skills and you look at the pretty graphics, and the gameplay is actually really in depth. There's a lot to be learned and a lot to understand, and there's tons and tons of loot to get and tons of fun to be had. So as far as my first impressions, I'm having a blast with this game, going through the dungeons, leveling up my characters, doing that sort of thing. From what I understand, there's also a PvP aspect to the game. I guess when people hit 100, they go in and start playing. I'm not nearly that far. I haven't even gotten a single character to level 100. But I just want to emphasize the amount of gameplay, the amount of content that's in this game, 100% for free, is amazing. It is some of the best free-to-play content that I've ever experienced in any free-to-play game ever. Now, of course, there's monetized things, and the monetization is actually kind of weird. It's one of my biggest gripes about the game because, I mean, it's almost like they don't want your money at times, so you go in and you try to pay for cosmetics or whatever. I've already tried to pay for cosmetics to support the game because I've been having such a good time. I've gotten 30 plus hours already in the last few weeks of playing it, of fun gameplay, and that was without paying anything for it. And so I tried to go on and buy some cosmetics. As you can see, I did get a couple, but it's really kind of a weird system. I don't know. And it can be kind of finicky at times and tell you because of security issues you can't buy this, or kind of weird stuff like that. But aside from weird things like that, the game is just really addictive. So going into dungeons and doing little Tatsumaki type moves across the screen, doing special moves, doing ultimate attacks, fighting bosses, joining up with your friends and raiding dungeons and things like that. It's all just a lot of fun. And so I've really been enjoying playing as the female fighter, the striker, which it looks like she is actually going to be one of the playable characters in DNF Duel. So I'm pretty hyped about that. But yeah, if you are a seasoned player of Dungeon Fighter Online, hop in the comments and kind of give your thoughts about all of this. How does the game get? How difficult does it get? It's really not too hard in terms of difficulty. at least at the point that I'm at. So, you know, does it ramp up in difficulty, that sort of thing? I'm not really sure yet. I kind of just wanted to make this video just to bring awareness to this game because I had never even heard of it before DNF Duel was announced. And now it's probably one of my favorite games that I'm playing in 2021. So I definitely recommend it. Hop on and get your free-to-play gaming fix going, because for something that's going to cost you no money, it will legitimately eat up a lot of the hours of your life. So anyway, I just wanted to throw this up and really put this out there just to, again, kind of bring some attention to the game. Get hyped for DNF Duel, Guilty Gear Strive. I'm always hyped for new Arc Sys games. So yeah, we'll be covering those games when they come out, of course. And stick around for more fighting game content. Again, don't worry, Mortal Kombat 11 still coming. So don't think anything's replacing anything. Just be patient. All right, have a good one. Be blessed.